From enabling businesses to access financing to sending people $1,200 checks, the US government is making it clear that it intends to reach for its proverbial wallet as many times as necessary and act aggressively through fiscal policy. On the monetary policy side, the Federal Reserve, which is the central bank of the United States, is more than willing to ensure that the previously mentioned wallet is always full. With each crisis that passes, more and more aggressive policy choices are being made, from lowering interest rates to 1% after the dot-com bubble, to lowering them all the way to zero, as well as quote-unquote printing money through quantitative easing after the Great Recession and being even more creative in 2020. Some observers are worried that eventually the US dollar might collapse. Are these concerns justified? Of course. After all, we could fill a library with books about various currencies that have collapsed over the years, so why should the US dollar be any different? However, the when dimension is far trickier to tackle because a lot of forces in favor of the dollar are at work. For example, 1. Other central banks have been even more aggressive, with interest rates venturing into negative territory over in the European Union and Japan. 2. It dominates foreign exchange trading, with roughly 90% of all forex trades involving dollars. 3. It's the most widely held currency by far, with over 60% of central bank reserves being in dollars compared to just 20% for the number 2 currency, the euro. And 4, it's the most widely borrowed currency, with 40% of the worldwide debt being denominated in dollars. A lot boils down to simple supply and demand. As legitimate as concerns related to the ever-increasing supply of dollars may be, it's important to also look at the demand situation and understand that until the dollar stops being in such high demand, a collapse is unlikely. As such, while it will most likely collapse eventually, a valid case could be made that among today's currencies, it will probably be among the last or even the last domino to fall, and betting against the dollar is therefore riskier than it seems.